Hey, Bobcats!
I'm Isabella Bernabeo, your assistant web editor-in-chief.
I'm Leah Ertel, your entertainment editor.
And I'm Juliette D'Eliseo, your sports editor.
Today we will be talking about what it means to step out of your comfort zone, what this could do for your future, and how to do it and dealing with the anxiety that it comes with. So we will be doing this just based on our own personal experiences and sharing with tactics that have helped for us personally, and hopefully they help for you.
Let's get into it.
Alright, so the first question I'm going to ask you guys, and we can, kind of debate and see what we think it means, but what exactly does it mean to step out of your comfort zone?
I would say, well, obviously to do something you're not comfortable with. Something like, let's say that you aren't very comfortable with speaking in front of people. Let's say you have to do like a huge project where you have to present a presentation to the class. Like, I would say that's stepping out of your comfort zone if you don't like it at all and you're just like, I don't want to do this, but you have to for a grade.
Yeah.
I would say doing things that are scary and that are hard and that you might not always want to do, but you do it anyway. And then it's a chance of improvement and learning something new, and something good could come out of it.
Yeah. I really like mixing these almost two together, like, yeah, you're doing something that you're not comfortable with and it's scary, but you're doing it to improve. And I also think part of it, depending on what it is you're doing and what it is you're doing for, you're doing it to make sure you don't regret something. Like, because if you never step out of your comfort zone, you're just kind of stuck in this box your entire life, and then you're going to look back and kind of be like,
why didn't I do that?
Like, where did I explore and grow and improve and find myself, or create yourself?
Life's always changing, and you kind of have to change with it, And then if you do things that help you change for the better, such as stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that you don't always normally want to do, like to do, and it helps improve yourself, then you not only change yourself, but you can change other things for the better.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know a lot of people, including myself even sometimes, don't like change, but regardless of if we like it or not, change always comes, and we have to adapt to all the different things and new things that come at us. And if we don't, accept the change, then we'll never step out of our comfort zone and, improve and grow.
I have an example of that. I had to change volleyball clubs because I was not fitting into one. And I had to change from a local, smaller club to a way larger, more competitive club. And that was really difficult for me because I just had to fit in with those taller, better girls and being able to just, fit in with that society.
Yeah. Well, hey, good volleyball player. You're able to adapt.
All right, now moving on to the next question is, what do you guys think stepping out of your comfort zone could do for your future, and how, it affects your life playing out in general?
It can start a chain of you, figuring out yourself and just, getting past those boundaries that you put for yourself. Because if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you might never, for example, go skydiving or something. You never will have that experience if you're just stuck in a box and you don't want to step out of your comfort zone.
Stepping out gives you new experiences, new chances to discover things and develop and improve yourself, from your personality to, your connections with people. And I think it's very beneficial because it helps not only just set you up for the future, but it honestly helps you, just become more comfortable with who you are and know your limitations and also know what you can do, because you can do it, you got to overcome that fear. 20 seconds of insane courage and something would possibly good come out of it.
Yeah, I always feel like every time I do something scary, it's so nerve-wracking beforehand, but as soon as I'm finished it, I have this huge smile on my face and I'm super proud of myself. And it just really, it boosts that confidence that says I can do it, instead of that negative voice that keeps telling you can't.
You overcome that hurdle,
Yeah, and then also relating back to Juliette's story about how she had to switch volleyball teams, it's that opened so many doors and opportunities for you because you were able to adapt in this new place that you were uncomfortable with and improve on your skills in volleyball, and that opened doors to, getting better volleyball scholarships, getting in a better volleyball related school, all that sort of stuff. yourself. So, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone can really change your future and impact, you know, an entire pathway, just because it can lead to you having self-growth, and that can lead to a lot of opportunities opening up to you.
Definitely do whatever you can to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe not like all the time, but when the opportunity arises, take it, you know? Take the leap of faith.
Yeah. All right. So our last part of this is, how do we actually step out of our comfort zone? Because a lot of the times people get a lot of nerves and anxiety when they have to come into these sort of situations. So just some personal examples and tactics we used of how we stepped out of our comfort zone.
I would definitely say when the opportunity arises, I guess you kind of know when it does, because it's something that makes you kind of feel uncomfortable and afraid. But it's nothing bad. It's just something that you're afraid to do. It like public speaking. You know, you're going to go give a speech, or you have the opportunity to give a speech about a topic that you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't want to because you're not that good at public speaking. Well, you take it, you know, and deliver your speech. Nerve-wracking at first, but you do it, and everyone claps at the end, whatever, you did a good job, you overcame a fear, and now you know you can public speak. Even if you know you don't like it, you can do it, you know? Yeah. For me, Girl Scouts, always relating to that, we, definitely stepping out of my comfort zone. I have to stand in front of a store every day talking to people, you know? Just all the constant influx of people is definitely nerve-wracking, especially if it's like you have a hard time speaking in front of people. And then just like the various activities we've done, from like zip lining to snorkeling with leopard sharks, you know, it's like that's kind of uncomfortable, you know, if you like don't like the deep ocean, or you don't like heights, you know, you take that opportunity, because when else when you know you're going to go on a zip line or snorkel with leopard sharks, and you take it and you're like, wow, now I have that experience in my back pocket, you know, and I can say that I did it and I overcame it, instead of saying, oh, I almost did it and I chickened out, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
When you first joined Girl Scouts, what were your like emotions like?
I was a daisy, and so I was always a people person ever since I was little, talkative. But I would definitely say if I didn't have Girl Scouts and being put in front of a store every day, I wouldn't have the skills that I had like now, just because I was not forced, but like I had to talk to people. So that was uncomfortable. I mean, when you're 5, you're kind of shy, you know?
Yeah.
So it was definitely nerve-wracking, but I kind of made friends with my uncomfortableness, you know? I kind of met in the middle and was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And then I ended up loving it, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like fun to actually step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I know you were very little when you started, but do you at all remember, like, how you just brought yourself to stand in front of stores? Like,
I kind of just had to do it, you know? It's like a mission, you know? I had to just shove all my emotions down and just like, I just got to do it. This is a job, and I'm going to do it.
I'm going to get over that hurdle.
I'm going to get over it. And just kind of put on a fake smile and do it in the beginning.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. And then once you realize that you're faking it, and then it soon becomes where you're not faking it.
It becomes a smile.
Yeah, it becomes a smile. Then you're actually like, you know what? I actually do enjoy this. So, yeah. And then that's carried on through the years. Yeah, basically that goes similar with any comfort zone, you know? It's like fake it till you make it, and then, hey, you know what? You might actually turn out liking it.
I mean, there's so many different forms or versions, really, of stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, there's some that relate to, like, school, some that relate to, like, you know, your career, some that relate to, you know, your sport that you love. And it really just, it changes based on the version. I mean, there are people who are scared of heights, and they go jump out of an airplane. And I mean, one example I can think relating to that is one summer I had gone to Maui with my family, and we went on the road to Hana, and we stopped at one of the first few waterfalls on the route, and it was about 45 feet tall waterfall.
Oh, wow.
And my dad and I, we decided to jump off of it.
Well, a little impulsive, but hey.
I'm the type of person that loves that sort of stuff. I love going and doing, you know, these crazy things that, you know, are just kind of once in a lifetime sort of things. So I was like, I want to go jump off. I was terrified, but I was more determined to do it than I was not. So I kind of dragged my dad along with me, which I'm very grateful for because he ended up really enjoying it. it was very slippery up there, but we climbed all the way to the top, and we looked over it, and it was the most magnificent and terrifying view ever. But we jumped off, and you had to jump right in the middle because that's where the deepest point was. And when you're falling, it feels like you're up there for probably like 5-10 minutes. Because you're just free falling. There's nothing you could grab onto, and even if there was, it's like your arm would tear off.
Yeah.
Because you're going so fast. And I went into the water, and I know I was probably only falling for like 3 seconds, but I felt like I was like flying almost. And I went underneath the water, like so deep because I was going down so fast, and I was like just submerged in water. It was like a baptism almost. And then you went back up, and you were like reborn, and I could breathe, and I was like, oh my God, that was the best feeling ever. It was so exhilarating.
The best 5 seconds of your life.
The adrenaline, huh?
The adrenaline rush was so beautiful, and it's like, that was terrifying for me, but the tactic I used was I wanted it more than I didn't want it.
Yeah.
If you just want something bad enough, the fear you can almost like push aside and be like, I'm scared, and recognize it, but still do it. Mm-hmm. Because that moment is honestly my top 5 moments of my entire life. Like jumping off of that waterfall with my dad, it felt so good, and it made me realize that like that's something I really want to chase in life. That's opportunities I want to grab, because it's like those are once in a lifetime moments that I will look back on and be like, wow, I did that. And so, you know, I would definitely just say like
jump off a waterfall.
Yeah, jump off a waterfall, and it will lighten your life.
Those 5 seconds will be your best.
Yeah. It will bring a new mindset.
Yes.
All of that. So yeah, definitely highly recommend jumping off waterfalls, guys.
Please be safe, though.
Yes, be safe.
Stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't always have to be just like in everyday life, you know? I mean, like outside. It can happen like at work or even in school. And like taking various classes, you know, that you never would think you would like or think about taking. And from
any AP class.
AP classes, a dance class, sport, theater even, you know.
Just standing out on stage and performing and showing your skills for theater. And even band, like just showing your skills is difficult.
Yeah, or anything that puts yourself out there. Like for us in journalism, you know, we make our weekly broadcast shows, and we're basically portrayed in front of the whole school once a week, you know, and that's terrifying.
And haters hate, so.
They do, but it makes you tough, you know, you gotta develop a tough skin.
Yeah.
And so for, like, basically I joined journalism in sophomore year, and because I never got the opportunity in middle school, so I thought, you know, why not? I'm gonna try it this year and see if I like it. And we basically shows every day. I remember the first time anchoring, I was so excited but so nervous because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be filmed on camera, you know?
Yeah.
The camera's going to catch every little thing you do, so don't do anything
don't do anything
dumb
crazy.
or look stupid, you know? So, and yeah, it was fun. I remember doing that, and everyone was like, yeah, you did great. So it's like, wow, you know, that was fun. I can do this. And then just after that, falling in love, doing everything, becoming entertainment editor, and then you becoming the sports editor. Yeah, it's just like, oh, yes. Good things come out of stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that, you know, you want to do.
I think all of our experience here on the stage is just, it's
been beneficial.
Yeah. It's been beneficial, and it also makes us part of who we are almost. Like, I don't think we would be the same without this class.
Yeah.
At least I know I wouldn't.
Like, we wouldn't be friends.
That's true.
We wouldn't be friends, but even just
hey, I think we would. But
what we want out of life, I feel like, would be completely different if we weren't in this class. Just because of what this class has given us and taught us and made us be able to experience and find our love for, you know, film and journalism and all this sort of stuff.
But even if we don't become journalists, you know, this class set us up with, like, the life skills and qualities that we'll need in daily life, you know, for no matter what you do. Yeah. For your job, whatever, communications, and then stepping out of your comfort zone and talking to people.
I feel like if I wasn't in this class, I wouldn't have the leadership skills I do now if I wasn't in this class. Yes. I mean, the same with becoming captain for my volleyball team. Like, I wouldn't have the same leadership skills if I wasn't captain.
In volleyball.
And I wasn't in volleyball. I wasn't a captain. I didn't switch clubs. I didn't start really young. Like, I wouldn't have those leadership skills if I didn't do those things.
It's just the act of putting yourself out there, you know? I mean, it is a moment or a couple seconds of
like dating.
What?
Putting yourself out there.
Putting yourself out there. Not dating, anyway. But
dating can step out of your comfort
that
zone.
is true.
Yeah. You can definitely do
that like couple seconds of vulnerability, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, being vulnerable is a big part of stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, like being able to tell someone
Become
how you feel,
one
like,
with the vulnerability.
Yeah, become one. Yeah. Become friends with it.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Make new friends.
Make new friends with vulnerability. Anyway.
All right, that's all we have for today's podcast. Tune in for next week to learn all about our pet peeves. This has been Isabella Bernabeo,
Leah Ertel,
and Juliette D'Eliseo.
For The Sage.
Step out of your comfort zone, people.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.